Hey Flower Tribe, it's Kelly Lehman from Cranbury Fields Flower Farm, and I'm here with Lucy, and today we're going to show you how to prune back your limelight hydrangeas. If we haven't met yet, my name is Kelly Lehman. I'm the owner of Cranbury Fields Flower Farm here in Cranbury, New Jersey, and I love giving you guys fun free flower tips. So please feel free to subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit the bell notification so you know whenever I post another fun free flower tip video. So guys, let's dive right in. I wanted to give a special shout out to a few of our Flower Tribe members. Thank you so much for letting me know where you were viewing my videos from. I love to see where you guys are from all over the world. So please just take a second and write in comments below where you're viewing this video from. I love to see how our Flower Tribe is growing around the globe each week. So guys, the beginning of spring is a terrific time to prune back your limelight hydrangea. And that's because the plant is still dormant. It hasn't started to send out those beautiful green leaves just yet. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to prune back some of these dead flowers. I'm just doing like a deadheading. And a deadheading basically means is I'm coming just below the flower head and I'm just giving it a little clip. So that's deadheading. Deadheading is very different than pruning. So I'm going to get rid of some of these guys. But before I go crazy doing the deadheading, I'm realizing that some of these flowers that I'm deadheading, I'm actually going to wind up removing the actual branches. So I don't want to have to do the work twice. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to look at some of these branches that are very thin, very kind of stickly looking, because I want to save the branches that are like the big mama branches, like the really sturdy, healthy looking ones, because I want my limelight hydrangea to concentrate on sending me flowers from these big mama branches instead of from all these little tiny dinky branches. Now here's the thing. Some years I leave all these little tiny branches on here because I want smaller flowers. So we have a florist here at Cranbury Fields Flower Farm, and instead of having those giant, gorgeous, lush limelight hydrangea blooms, sometimes I just want smaller versions of those. And when that's the case, I just leave my limelight hydrangeas intact. And I have to tell you, for the most part, I haven't pruned back most of my limelights in like 5 years. But this year I decided to give a lot of them a recharge, because what's happening is they're not producing as many flowers as I wanted. So this is the year that I'm going to give them a recharge. But if you don't want to prune back your limelight hydrangea, you don't have to. And the bottom line is you probably don't have to prune back most of your hydrangeas. Don't prune back your hydrangeas that come in on old wood this time of year, like your endless summers and your Nico hydrangeas. Some varieties of hydrangeas only come in on old wood, or a lot of their blooms will come in on old wood. And if you prune back those varieties now, you're not going to have all the flowers that you possibly could have during the summer. So make sure that you know which type of hydrangea that you have. Once again, we're just talking about limelights today, so this doesn't apply to all hydrangeas. So these hydrangeas come in on what's called new growth. So all the flowers that are going to come in on this plant this year are being formed now in spring. So we're going to give this hydrangea a pruning before those flowers start to form. But once again, you don't even have to prune this hydrangea if you don't want to. And if you have a couple of them on your property, you can prune one back to about a third and leave the other one in place and see which size blooms you like better. So we kind of do that a lot. We'll do a lot of experimenting here. So here's the thing. This guy I decided to prune back. So like I said, I'm gonna wind up cutting off by about a third these little stickly, spindly branches. As I'm looking at this plant, I'm really looking for the 3 Ds. I'm looking for branches that are diseased, damaged, or dead. And I'm going to make sure that I cut out all of those types of branches. So some of these guys in here, let's take a look. Let's see who's not looking so good. Some of these guys are really not looking very healthy. This guy looks like he's a little bit dead. There's no green growth in there. It's totally white. So that guy was kind of dead. So we're going to cut him out. I'm also looking for branches that are crisscrossed, because when branches are crisscrossed, they kind of rub against each other. And when they're rubbing against each other as they're growing, chances are they're going to weaken each other's stem. And that might lead to damaged or diseased branches. So you can tell there's a crisscross going on right here. So I'm going to wind up cutting this one out. A lot of these branches are looking good. They're not damaged, but I do want to take the plant back a bit because I want to give it a little bit of a recharge. So when I do that, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take a look to see where there's a healthy set of buds. So right here, these are called nodes or buds. And when you do a cut on a hydrangea, you want to cut right above those nodes. So here's a node, and here's a node, and I'm going to wind up giving it a clip just above this set of nodes right here, this set of leaves. If you have branches that have a hole in them, there's a good chance that there are either insects living in them now, or they might take up shop there, because insects love burrowing into these little holes. So it's a really good idea to kind of cut these out. And I can see that it didn't get that far, so this is probably a good place. If it would have went all the way through, I would have cut that branch a lot more just to make sure that there were no insects in there doing their job. Here's another one with a hole in it. So I'm going to cut back, and this guy looks okay. And I'm actually going to wind up using my loppers for like the bigger guys. So guys, a lot of you have limelight hydrangeas that are very large like this, and you can tell it's very time sensitive to do this all around the plant. I mean, it could take a super long time. And so to tell you the truth, we use a time saver. It's probably not the best way to prune, but we use it here all the time. We'll take a hedge trimmer and we'll basically give it like a haircut. And we did that on the other side of the farm. I'll show you in a few minutes. We basically just took a hedge clipper and we just gave it like a haircut about a third of the way down. If you want to be like, you know, I guess like gardener correct and do what, you know, like the best way to do it, those are the tips I just showed you now. But if you have a lot, or like, you know, you don't have a ton of time to do this, I've done this before with our hedge trimmer, and I have to say the flowers come in really beautiful. So it's just a time saver to grab those hedge clippers and then just give it a haircut, and then it should come back. So once again, you don't have to prune back your limelight hydrangeas. Actually, you don't even have to deadhead them, because a lot of years I'm even too lazy to like come into the back garden and like shave off all these spent blooms. And what happens is the new blooms just basically come in and they take them over. But if you do give it the deadheading and you do give it the pruning, it's going to give that plant just more of a recharge, and it's going to make your flowers more robust. If you don't have time to get out to your garden and do it, don't worry. Like, nature is great. They'll take care of themselves. They'll come in anyway, and they'll still be beautiful. So you can kind of experiment in your gardens. And I made a whole bunch of other hydrangea videos that I'm going to link at the end of this video in case you want to check out some of the other varieties like Annabelle's and Nico's and Endless Summer, and we talk about pruning those, and we talk about hydrangea care. Thank you so much for joining us in this video, and please feel free to say hi to us over on our Cranbury Fields Instagram channel, and also take a look over on our Facebook page. We have a Kelly Lehman's Flower Tribe group Facebook page, and it's a terrific place for you guys to post pictures of your own flowers and ask garden questions and offer your own garden suggestions to other gardeners from all around the world. It's a really fun gardeners group page to meet up and to meet new gardeners on. Please let me know where you're viewing this from in this great big beautiful world. I love to see how our flower tribe is growing around the globe each week. And also take a look at our Patreon page in case you're interested in becoming a supporter of this YouTube channel. And we also have a Pinterest page, and I will see you guys in the next video. I want to get rid of any branches that are, is this like right like underneath me, like, or no? Okay. Actually, let me come here. Hold on, let me actually, hello. Diseased, dead, and I forgot the other day. Somewhat drooping, dippy. And today we're going to show you how to prune your lilac. Whoops, keep going. And I love giving you guys fun free flower. Sorry, I know it's horrible.